you. This righteous fear, man, it's different, man. It's provocative, man. I mean, I don't even know what that means. It gets the people going.
And his opponent, accompanied by Ross Mann from Harlem, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, GMG Big Money.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one. These two have been waiting for this one for quite some time, and to be honest, so have I.
How many baby fathers do you got? Answer me that. Hey, Mr.Goodbread, I got these pills. They're not gonna taste good, but they're the truth. It's the truth, I tell you. It's not gonna go down easy. Salute, squad, and welcome to class. Welcome to the studio. We are simulcasting from both channels, guys. Man. For those of you that's on the Brutally Honest channel, we talk about this all of the time because we're not afraid to have those real conversations up there. But for those of you on my Mr.Goodbread reaction, or those of you that's on the Celebrity Gossip channel, you might not know the term gray divorce. And gray divorce is on the rise. Gray divorce is on the rise. And this proves that it's officially over. Tina Knowles ordered to pay Richard Lawson $300K in divorce settlement. So when I tell you guys, stop messing with these broke women, I'm telling you, stop messing with these broke women. And when I tell you women, it ain't about how much money you have, because ain't nobody asked you to come down here and become a rich woman. That was never the goal. You didn't came down here. A lot of our women, they came down here. Congratulations. Y'all came down here and y'all done made yourself millionaires. So now you need to help me. You were supposed to come down here and be the help me. Now you are in need of a help me. You see how that is?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
One more time.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, guys. This is why I tell you, stop messing with these broke chicks. You know what I mean? This happened to men all of the time. I also saw a post that was better than that. Sister right here, she ain't going. Garcelli says if we want women to be treated equal, men should be entitled to alimony too. And I feel her. Like personally, me personally, gang. Let me keep it a buck with y'all. Hold on. Let me applaud this woman, this sister with sense. All right, now let me get back to me personally. I don't believe in alimony and none of that. I don't believe anybody should. If you didn't earn that, if you didn't build that, if it's not yours, you know what's yours and you know what's not yours. You should not have a right to somebody else's stuff. If you're dumb enough to get into a relationship and not learn nothing from a person, not be able to pour into yourself and be growing while you get in this relationship, then you are a fool and you deserve nothing. You deserve to get nothing. You don't deserve, because you thought it was a good idea, to get yourself in a relationship and just stop growing. Again, we talking about Beyonce moms. She's a rich woman. So I hope y'all not attaching y'all emotions and feelings to this woman's lifestyle, to this woman's story. Because let's remember, y'all not rich. And this is what they do to y'all. They push their celebrities out there and they show their celebrities and they get y'all to attach y'all emotions. How many of y'all sisters ran out here and now y'all need to help me? We just did a video the other day where the girl was complaining about having 2 houses and 2 homes and 2 jobs. I'm working 2 jobs. Come on, y'all. Where the men at? Where the men? Help out. Nah, we ain't asked you to do that, ma'am. Who asked y'all to come down here and make yourself rich women? And I'm not hating by any stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean? I'm going to applaud y'all because y'all got rich women problems and y'all know it. Y'all got some rich women problems because ain't nobody tell y'all to come down here and make yourself a rich woman. You know what I mean? Show me where it say that at. See, I played this devil game, which is called state marriage, where you trap a man for his resources, and the devil take the majority and give you some pennies. This is why, fellas, those women that happen to make themselves rich women, they don't date down. They don't date. They at a standstill because the rich men that they match with don't want them. They can sit here and lie. The rich men that they match with do not want them. And they do not want the men that they match with because the men that they match with don't got the amount of money that they came down here and compiled, and ain't nobody asking them to compile that. So they ain't trying to get caught up in the state, you know what I mean? Because this is the game, guys. Marriage by state has no God in it. It has no God in it. Yet they churches sit there and promote that bullshit and foolishness to keep the people stupid and poor. Amen? Man, let's get into some content, guys.
No fault divorce. In the old days, you used to have to say bad behavior, adultery, abandonment, mental and physical cruelty. Now, all you have to do is say irreconcilable differences, that nothing can put your marriage back together again, and you get a divorce. The most important thing to protect yourself financially is having a lawyer in your state, an experienced family lawyer, to help you through the process. Women feel that they're entitled to alimony and men feel that they're not. In the last 40 years, I have had 4 cases that I remember of men getting alimony that I had to twist their arms and beat them up in order to get alimony.
Now that's nuts.
Should men seek alimony? More of them should.
Because men be ready to they be ready to settle with the devil. Men be ready to settle with the devil. I just want to get away from the devil. You know what I mean? I didn't tolerate it enough. Men just be ready to get with it. Women, they from the jump, guys. That's why great divorce is rising. Because from scratch, from the beginning of the relationship, she saw you as just a tool, just a resource, just as a means to gain. That's it. 85% of them running around here with that mentality. It's programmed, guys. This is learned behavior.
At the beginning of this, we said we was going to get a whole truth and nothing but the truth.
That's how we like it.
Get this mic to one of these people that said they married. Whoever want the mic. Is your husband the man that you settle for, or is he the man of your dreams?
Settle.
I already know.
Damn.
I love you.
Whoa.
I love you.
Hold up. Right? And so what happens is like the dude that she wants, you know, the one that give her the spinner on his tongue and all of that. And
Spinner on his tongue. Okay.
yeah, like the one that's like she'll let like drive her car. He ain't got no license. Like he not on the insurance. Like the one that we're the Section 8 up for. Like you know, like the one like where like you kind of like forget to come home feed your kids. Like that got you like.
They sit there and they lust and they fantasize for that man. And no matter how old they think they are, they think they could get that man. This is why we have 50-year-old women, 60-year-old women getting a divorce. What you do next? We have grandmothers not wanting to be grandmothers. We got grandmothers that don't want to be grandmothers. They didn't want to raise their daughter though. You know what I mean? They didn't want to sacrifice so that they can raise their daughter, you know what I mean, so that they wouldn't have to be a grandmother, but they don't want to be a grandmother. Remember when I told y'all that the grandmothers look like the mothers, and the mothers look like the prostitutes, and the teachers look like the prostitutes, and this goes on and on and on? Where do we start? Who do we give the respect to nowadays? Because the mother don't look like the mother, the grandmother don't look like a grandmother. They run around here wild, bro. They run around here wild. Why would you get 55, 60 years old and then want a divorce? It's mental illness, y'all. It's mental illness. But let's get into some content, y'all. Great divorce is on the rise. So if you ain't know about it, now you know. You know what I mean? It's not underground either. It's mainstream. You know, once it hit the mainstream news, it's mainstream, guys. So we're gonna talk about it today.
Bill and Melinda Gates may be in an exclusive group of elite billionaires, but when it comes to their relationship, they apparently are a lot like many other couples in their age group.
That's right. The divorce rate among people in their 50s and 60s is soaring. Jessica Formoso takes a look at what's causing these couples to call it quits.
After almost 3 decades of marriage, Bill...
Because they did their work for the devil. They did their work for the devil, guys. They did their work for the devil.
and Melinda Gates have decided to end their relationship. Their type of divorce has a name, great divorce, which simply means a split after age 50.
I will say, I think those marriages were already having their issues. It's not like they were so happy right before, and then all of a sudden.
And that's the thing. So then why did you play the let's pretend game? Why did you need to trap the man so that you could get incentivized for the time wasted? But he gotta pay for the time wasted. Why did you do that, man? That is very devilish. Why did you do that, man? And sir, simp guy, simp sucker, you're not gonna get away from this, simp sucker. Do you see? Where's my young men at? Any young men in the studio, in the class today? Just pay attention. Don't pay attention. Be careful from them boomers, bro. Watch them boomers who ain't never ever tell you, get married, young man. That's the greatest thing I ever did. But they sit there and hate when you start telling the truth about married men, and they hate when you start telling the truth about these women. They don't like that. You know, that's a female. But they ain't never tell you, you should get married. No, that's a female. That's all they say. That's a female. That's a female. You'll be ODing. Watch them, yo. Watch them dudes, bro. Them boomers. Watch them.
And they decided.
Divorce among middle-aged couples are on the rise. Data shows more than 1 in 4 people over the age of 50 are calling it quits. Jennifer Zucker is the co-founder of Project Soulmate.
In business, I just see a lot more people coming to us that are separated, that are older, and are not even divorced yet. And this is the population that we're talking about right now.
She says the pandemic has a lot to do with it. Couples spending more time together and realizing the relationship is not what it used to be.
I think what's happened.
No. That was because there was no escape. It was no escape. You see, the side chick was on isolation too. The side dude was on isolation too. So it was no escape. Because you'd be surprised how many of them could put up with that dude as long as they got an escape, as long as they got an advice, a vice to escape through. But as soon as you take that element away, that's when it's like, fuck it. Fuck it. I want to be free. I want to be free. So that's where, instead of just opening your mouth, being like, yo, let's end this, that's where you see the cheating going on. Like, the cheating. It's greedy. It's greed. It's greed.
Also, for the past years, people just realize like life is too short, you know, and to live a life the rest of your years unhappy, why?
Experts say by the age of 50, many experience major life transitions, like becoming empty nesters.
Now, for the first time since before they had children, the couple are by themselves again. And they are forced to confront each other and look at each other in a new and different way.
And you know, this is the righteous fear, so we call it right down the middle. We remove the gray area. Salute to those couples that just grew apart, but you did stay together to raise adults. You know what I mean? Y'all special. Y'all special kind of. Y'all get the Oscar because you kept it together acting. You played Let's Pretend the right way. If you gonna play Let's Pretend, at least do that. All right? At least play Let's Pretend up until your youngest kid get to be 30 or something like that. At least do that. Can you do that for me? You know what I mean? Y'all be poor with no money, need the other person's half, and break the whole family up. Y'all are crazy, bro. If you gonna watch these stars and celebrities, if you gonna study and worship these stars and celebrity, at least pick the right stuff. Sift through the stuff that they do good. Y'all always want to pick the dumb stuff that they do and skip over the good stuff that they do.
Dr. Jephthah Tauzik, a clinical psychologist, says couples can grow apart over the years.
People tend to be healthier now, well into middle age, than before. And they're now looking at the next portion of their lives in a different way.
I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
It's crazy right there, guys. Great divorce on the rise, man. So it's a lot of 60s and 50-year-old women entering the dating market because they're going to lie. And, I just want to be single. But when that fish hole get the itching, because that fish hole itch at that age too, guys. Don't let them fool you like they just some wholesome Christians. They be Bobby Jeans. They be Billy Jeans, man. Yeah, y'all be Billy Jeans. I know you. Geraldine, the ones with them old-ass names, they be freaks too. So no. Oh, why he sound like that? Why? It's the cursing for me, y'all. Them ones with them old ass names. The barbers, they fish hole get the itching and they be wanting to scratch it too. And I don't give a fuck. It's 65, they be ready to scratch it, bro. You saw that girl. You saw that Billie Jean the other day that put her daughter out for that fish hole scratch. Boy, she put her daughter out. Word, yo, Billie Jean, yo. I bet you she had one of them old wicked names, yo. Yeah. Uh-huh. He hate his mother. That's how you toxic Renee. He hate his mother. He hate his mother. He got hate in him. The truth is love. The truth, and you will never be able to trick me into believing anything else, man, because you full of hate and you hiding them whole secrets in that cat litter. You will not trick me, ma'am. No. No. Man, but these women don't, and they don't date broke dudes. This is the funny joint. Women with money, they don't date broke dudes. You know what I mean? They just let them hit. Because, you know, they'll let anything smash if they got some money. So they don't date broke dudes. They just let a broke dude hit when he fool them. When a broke dude go through a season, because even a broke dude don't stay broke the whole. We got about 4 seasons. And 1 out of the 4 seasons, that broke dude come up. And best believe, because these women are so thirsty and they don't use their discernment, when he get in that season, when that dusty, this is how they end up with the Pookie, y'all. Cause y'all know, dude get in one season and he be able to come up and hit a trick. He put the trick on for them, and they so thirsty and worrying about what the dude do for them and not what he do to them that they go. They will sleep with anything as long as it got them, as long as it got some money. And you dudes is not safe, because the same way these women will sleep with a roach if it had some money. You think I don't know you dudes would sleep with a roach if it got a butt? If it got the doo-doo, half of y'all, more than half of y'all sleep with it if it got the doo-doo. And you nasty, sir. And that's why you be ending up on these channels talking about women ain't shit. Women ain't shit.
Got a big old booty, and everybody says she's a fine booty. The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy. Put there by God, that's the garbage can. So how you get so messed up with this white boy? You think the bigger the booty, the finer it is. That's like going to Kmart. You see a big old garbage can, that's the filth. And now we can convince her she wants switching that big old booty and all of that. It ain't nothing but doo-doo in there.
Man. You ain't lying, bro. Sugar bum, you ain't lying, yo. We know that the most abundant natural resource in America is simps. And you women love them. Y'all love them. Y'all fund each other. Because they give y'all money and y'all tell them they real. Y'all tell them they us. So, you know what I mean? Your little brothers. Y'all both raised by that same hell of a mother. But what's going on, sugar bum? Sugar bum.
How many baby fathers do you got? Answer me that.
Put it in the chat, sugar bum. Put it in the chat. How many, yo? How many, sugar bum? Put it in the chat. But yeah, you gotta stay away from broke women. You know what I mean? Get next to them sisters that got some bread, bro.
Why don't men get alimony? Because it's my personal belief that the laws are neutral. They're gender neutral. But men do not get treated fairly when it comes to alimony in the court system. Judges are biased against them. They are. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. In the last 40 years, I have had 4 cases that I remember of men getting alimony that I had to twist their arms in order to get alimony for them.
Barbara, what's going on? Welcome to class, Barbara. Great divorce. Why y'all ain't answer Barbara, yo? That's one of them names that I was talking about, Barbara. No offense, Barbara. No offense, Barbara. You know what I mean? I respect my elders, not by default, but I do respect my elders. But that's one of them names I was talking about. But Barbara, you know, Miss Ann too. Miss Ann was another one of them names. But Barbara, great divorce is divorce and over 50. When you get to 50 years old and up and you having divorces, then that's called a gray divorce. You know, they match it with, you know, gray hairs. So gray divorce. So that's what gray divorce is. It's rising. It's rising. People want to be free. People don't want to be family orientated no more. The programming is in. The shit that they did in 1969, it's in. It's working. Like, we can stop it now. We can stop, like, oh, they're trying to do, and they did this to this. It's been done. It has been done. It has been done. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of women have taken the better. Women are showing that they never really wanted to be. It was never love. It was never all love. And they go back to what I was saying. 20% of women were born to be mothers, to even be with this whole marriage word. Because all marriage is, y'all let the devil trick y'all into thinking. First of all, y'all let the devil and these women trick y'all into thinking marriage is holy and this and that and it's love, and it ain't never been about love, bro. It's all transactional. With the devil, it's all transactional. You don't see what the devil did? The devil monetized everything God gave us for us. Everything. Monetized love, friendships, relationships, drugs, liquor, weed, shit that was growing, fruits, vegetables. We got to pay for an apple. We got to pay for the shit that got us here. Pomegranates, we paying for pomegranates too. You get what I'm saying, guys? That's all. And marriage is another thing. They let them trick y'all with marriage. Then the bureaus, the diamond company, the bureaus roll out for their campaign ad. You know what I mean? They roll out, oh, you gotta have a diamond ring for this marriage. So you mean to tell me y'all been pushing and promoting this marriage lie for that long, but y'all ain't even have a ring. The ring ain't been official, ain't been associated with the marriage, which y'all so-called holy marriage, since when? In the 60s, when the Bureau, 50s or 60s, when the Bureau made that campaign to sell their diamonds. So then they attached the diamonds to this marriage, and this they oh, you gotta have a 1 month pay for your. You see, come on, bro, stop it, y'all. Don't let them get y'all, bro. Don't let them get y'all. Big Tay salute. You know, Sugar Bum being Sugar Bum, bro. Sugar Bum gonna be Sugar Bum until this happens to her, yo. Until she thinks she's sliding off, until she get a come up with a dude, right? And cause you know Sugar Bum a cheater, so she gonna let her side nigga get her. Her side dude gonna get her for everything that her and her king, her good man, earned. That's how the women like Sugar Bum get rich and get got, like Beyonce moms.
You're really about to pay today because you know Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state, right? Got it. Well, you just found out something today. I'm so glad that you are ready to learn something because you are about to learn today, okay? Child support is $1,096 plus we need to reimburse that Medicaid, like I told you. So we take that $5,400, do 9% of that. That comes out to $486. $486 plus the $1,096. That bring your child support obligation to $1,582 per month.
I'm sorry, you said 1,000 what?
$1,582. Anything else?
For 2 kids?
Yeah, man. Join the club. Join the club. Equality, right? Equality. That's what you fight for. That's what you say you want, right? Y'all want to be equal. Don't be a punk now. Don't be a punk now. Let's listen to why they don't date. Why they don't date dudes. Why they say they don't date bum dudes, but they let them smash, though. They let them smash, but they don't date. They don't play let's pretend with bum dudes, but they will let a bum dude smash. Understand?
My last videos have sparked some interesting discussion about different types of marriage dynamics and what works and what doesn't. And so one of the more common ones that was asked about was a situation where a woman earns more money than the man and what that situation looks like. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why I think that marriages where women earn more than men or where men don't work. Number 1 is, as I mentioned in my last video, men need to feel valued. And I think that when women earn more than men, it has a tendency to emasculate men. I think that they are ingrained within the society to think, I have to earn, I have to provide, right? Men are hunters and gatherers and they're supposed to provide. And I think that it kind of upsets the natural balance for the woman to be carrying that weight, because sorry to say this, but a lot of women who work also carry a lot of weight in the home. So I think that adds to it. So even regardless of whether or not you have kids, I think a woman carrying more of the financial weight not only tends to emasculate the man, but also can cause more resentment to build in a woman that would build in a man in the reverse situation where the man is the higher income earner. So that's number one. Number two is that the men in these situations that are married to high-powered women, a lot of times, and the ones that I've seen fail, the men tend to be very, for lack of a better word, not motivated. They tend to be, they might be educated, but they don't tend to work very hard. They don't really seem to have a passion for anything. They tend to be lazy, and they tend to kind of rely on the woman to run the household. I mean, she does the bills, she does the finances, she takes care of the kids if there are any.
More proof that women don't respect
the CEO of the household.
men
They
who
just
they
don't seem to
out-earn.
really contribute much. It's the opposite of a traditional stay-at-home mom dynamic where the mom is running the household and the husband is working every day and paying for the expenses. The woman in that situation tends to do it all. And so I just think that over time it just weighs on her and she's just like, I'm out of here. Or the man will cheat, as in my last video. And then finally, what's really interesting about these divorces is they tend to be the cheapest. Women who are the breadwinners, they're protecting their money. I mean, men do too, but not like the women do. And they tend to really push their husbands behind the scenes to settle. They tend to have to pay the entire bill and they don't want to pay that bill. So they keep the process really streamlined and quiet. So.
Absolutely. Why y'all think Keke Palmer walked back? Why you think she out there kissing? Why you think she pregnant again, guys? Peep game. Why you think Tia Mowry stuck? Those are rich women problems, yo. Those are rich girl problems. Sugar Bum, you a booger, yo. Why just tell us you love Pookie. Just tell us you love Pookie. Pookie the only one that you gonna get that from. That's what you're looking for. You just told us that. You just showed us your whole cards. So now we know that you a Pookie loving chick. You love Pookie. You know what I mean? That's what you said. You know what I mean? I ain't put no words. I ain't bashing you. I ain't bashing you, sis. You know, y'all be quick to call Mr.Goodbread your op. You told us, I just want the head and he can go. You want a Pookie. It's mad Pookies. You know where the Pookies is at. And you know Pookie don't live in the righteous fair. So you know you're in the wrong space, Sugar Bum. You're in the wrong space looking for a Pookie.
I debated posting this because I know how bad it's going to be when people get this answer from me.
Keep it real.
But there were so many people that asked that I decided after a lot of thought and consideration that I will go ahead and respond to the most asked question from my last video, which is, what professions in women should men avoid? And a lot of you thought that those same professions for men that I told you to avoid would translate to women, and they really don't. I don't think that there's enough data out there for me to comment on that. But I've had one military female client who was pretty difficult, but other than that, I've not seen any correlation in those same professions. But I went through my case list, and if you have a problem with me giving an introduction to
All right, so that means what she just said, it ain't no vice versa. So let's knock the vice versa. It's vice versa? No, it's not vice versa. A female doctor don't move the same way a male doctor do, all right? Knock it off, and y'all know that.
I debated posting this because I know how bad it's going to be when people get this answer from me.
Keep it real.
But there were so many people that asked that I decided after a lot of thought and consideration that I will go ahead and respond to the most asked question from my last video, which is, what professions in women should men avoid? And a lot of you thought that those same professions for men that I told you to avoid would translate to women, and they really don't. I don't think that there's enough data out there for me to comment on that. But I've had one military female client who was pretty difficult, but other than that, I've not seen any correlation in those same professions. But I went through my case list, And if you have a problem with me giving an introduction to this, then just scroll along, because I'm about to hurt a lot of people. So I'm going to explain.
They're not going to like this coffee.
And then you're going to have to listen to it if you want the answer.
Keep it real.
I went through my case list, and there's about 60 cases on my case list. And there are some common professions that I see in women. The most common one that I see is teacher. The second most common is nurse. But those cases are not cases where the female is really difficult or litigious or anything like that. They're just kind of run-of-the-mill cases. The most common profession that I see in the female parties in my divorces, and this is over 13 years of cases. Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Say it.
Is stay-at-home mom. Hate me. I know y'all are going to hate me, but let me explain why. Number one, when you're divorcing a stay-at-home mom, they are paralyzed with fear, and rightfully so, because their whole life is going to change. They are going to have to go back to the workforce. They're going to have to possibly move. Their finances are about to be very different. There's lots of things that they don't know financially about what's going on. And so they tend to stick their head in the sand and stall. And so the cases become very contested and very expensive. The second reason that I see that stay-at-home moms end up being the most common profession in a divorce is that I think there's a tendency, and this is completely my opinion, just based on my observations, they tend to focus so much on the children, and the husband focuses so much on career that they first of all, they don't feel appreciated by one another. But the husband starts feeling like an ATM, and the wife becomes completely focused on the children. And
sounds about right.
To grow apart. So I think that's why it's the most common. That's not hate, just an observation. It's probably my last TikTok. So see ya.
Right, because you know they're going to fuck around and cancel you, man. They're going to cancel your ass. You get on here telling all them truths. Man. Let's get right on into it. Lawyer tells the truth about alimony and what men need to know.
So something I've realized in the last 3 years of being a divorce attorney is that absolutely no one, and I mean no one, who is married understands the legal and financial ramifications of what marriage actually is. Most of these people get married because they're horny.
This is so dead on. I don't know who's more surprised when my clients come in for that first consultation. Them at the impact of divorce on their income, on their property, on their debts, on their kids, or me just shocked that they didn't know any of these things when they got married or decided to have.
Where you at? Who that? Leo. Where'd you go to college at? Put where you went to college at first, and then I'll answer your question. But put where you went first. You know what I mean? Put where you went to college at first. And Nozier, you said you want the link, Nozier? You want the link? You would like me to drop the link? You know it is Friday. It is Beef with Good Bread Friday. You know what I mean? Hold on, sir. There you go. You know, real quick. We ain't gotta ask me twice. You know, we got a no play dumb policy over here. Do not play dumb policy. That's what you asked for, right? And there you go.
Have kids with somebody. It makes me realize that really we should have a class on this stuff in high school about marriage, about relationships, and about divorce and having kids and how that can impact your life.
That's
it'd
fact.
Be way more valuable than
That's a fact. Why they don't teach that in school? Why they not teaching this education? Why they not educating people like this in school? That's 100. Play that back.
Them at the impact of divorce on their income, on their property, on their debts, on their kids, or me just shocked that they didn't know any of these things when they got married or decided to have kids with somebody. It makes me realize that really we should have a class on this stuff in high school about marriage, about relationships, and about divorce and having kids and how that can impact your life. I mean, it'd be way more valuable than 90% of the shit I ever learned in high school.
I was one of those blue pill simps that got married for love. 6 years later, I had to file for divorce.
Don't worry about it, bro. I know a lot of them. I know some that didn't have the courage for you, like that you did, to even 6 years later get out of there. They still in it. I know some dudes still in it, fronting.
And I am learning a whole lot about family law. So far, I've been getting indoctrinated with child support and alimony payments. Soon, I'll actually have to cut a 6-figure check to my ex-wife. But let's hear what these lawyers have to say about alimony.
When you get divorced, there are 2 types of support payments. One of them is called alimony. Alimony is supposed to balance the income between spouses after marriage, but many states have laws that make alimony last longer than the marriage, sometimes even for life.
Indefinite alimony is still a thing here in California. Basically, what we mean when we're referring to indefinite alimony is that here in California, your spousal support judgment at divorce will oftentimes say you're going to pay this amount in spousal support until the
Yeah, this is very relevant to us because we want to, it's a reminder. This serves as a reminder of why we winning. And I want to give my guys, I want to give my black men a round of applause for being the least enslaved men on the planet. Yes, let's get it. Salute. One more time. Yes, salute. And it wouldn't be right if it wouldn't be right.
Oh, black women. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna say. Competition's getting thick.
But we desired, though. We desired. And it's funny because now you're proving my point when I say you still getting pregnant. You black women still getting pregnant because you will sleep with a roach if it got some money. If I catch you on my non-dusty season, if I catch you in my one lonely non-dusty season, I could get you. I could get that thing raw, too. I could get that fish hole raw. You know what I mean? Because y'all love it. Y'all love the vein in it. You know what it is. Everybody want this melanin. Everybody, you know what it is. Don't, Sugar Bum, you know who you talking to, Sugar Bum. You know I be around, Sugar Bum. Stop playing with me. You ain't talking to one of them Sugar Bum. You gonna play with me like I'm one of them channels, bro? You gonna play with me like I don't get around the world, like I don't get in all, like I ain't got a front row seat in all these communities of women? You gonna play with me, Sugar Bum? I know the channels you be on, you know what I mean? Salute to them. But Sugar Bum, you gonna play with me, Sugar Bum? Come on now. Zone, we got my guy Zone in the house. Yes, it's feeling like an old school Friday. What up, Zone?
Yo, what up, Goodbread? Yo, I was just hopping on to copy and paste the link in the back. I'm actually about to jump back out, but I know when you post stuff in the chat because we on the vertical, it doesn't show the right way. So I just wanted to post like whenever you don't got to play it right now, but I figured it flows with the topic of the discussion you're having with the live today. So whenever you get time, you can play it right now at the end, whatever you want to play it. But that's all I wanted to do.
No doubt. Oh shit, it just sends me to your page though.
It doesn't send you to the actual reel.
No.
Huh.
And I thought I was already following you.
Let me send it. Let me send it to your DM on IG. Give me 1 second.
Or if you could do it to the messenger, Facebook Messenger, that's my joint.
I'm not on there though, like that.
Sugar Bum, you always welcome.
Give me 1 second.
Sugar Bum,
1 second.
you know my motto, Sugar Bum. I don't block nobody except for the trolls that really need to go get some help. The ones that are HPD. The HPD is, I don't play with them because they dangerous. But I like your company, Sugar Bum, because you prove my point. You feel me? I like your company. I like all women company because I don't cut nobody off. I don't block nobody. I just grow, Sugar Bum. And that's what I promote. That's what I try to, You know what I mean? Motivating the fellas and my sisters with sense. I don't gotta dislike nobody. I'ma grow. And if you don't like my growth, you not gonna like me. You gonna do yourself. And you like me, and you see you here. You here? So what that means, Sugar Bum, don't ask me that question. That's retarded, Sugar Bum. You retarded, Sugar. You be asking retarded questions and stuff. Bree, what up, Brianna? How you been, girl? Where you been, girl? Same old stuff in the righteous sphere. You know what I mean? Same old stuff in the righteous sphere. Where's that video at that we was just watching? Let's get back to that. While Zone get that other video going. Let's get back to that video.
Try see if you could see it. I sent it to you. I sent a link to your DM. See if it let you pull it up that way.
All right. To the Facebook or to the IG?
To the IG. To the IG.
I don't got IG on here.
I can send you a text too if it helps.
Nah. Only Facebook Messenger gonna help. Cause IG, I don't know. Let me see if I could get that on my computer right quick. Yeah, I stay away from that joint, man. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not letting me know because I'm not signed into that. I'm not signed into nothing. I'm not signed in to my IG on my computer. So yeah, I'm not signed in. But
Damn. So when you click it in the back chat, it doesn't take you to the reel either.
let me try again.
I'm gonna repost it back there one more time.
What's up, chat? Good bread, sisters with sense. How y'all feeling? Know what I mean? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? On a Friday. Nope, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. All right.
Same thing.
Your spousal support judgment at divorce will oftentimes say you're going to pay this amount in spousal support until the death or the supported spouse gets remarried or further court order. Here's something about that people might find pretty funny. Here in California, if you're in a marriage of long duration, which is any marriage that's over 10 years typically, and you're fighting over spousal support and you go to trial then it is error for the court to actually set any kind of termination date for spousal support. In other words, the order has to be indefinite in a long-term marriage. Keep in mind, 90% of cases settle, and oftentimes we do agree to a termination date when a marriage might be just over 10 years. But the judge themselves, if it goes all the way to trial.
Yo, when are we gonna, guys, y'all know that y'all could sit down with each other, right? And y'all could communicate with each other and y'all could get agreements, right? You could get agreements. You could write up an agreement, guys, and you could go notarize it, copy it. You take a copy, they take a copy, and you could keep these courts out child business, and you could still guarantee you covered. You ain't got to sell your soul and sell your whole legacy out to guarantee your security, ma'am. Because that's what y'all be doing. And that's very satanic. You know what I mean? It's no holiness in that, bro. It's no holiness in that.
Cannot order a termination date when it's a long-term marriage.
People who are married for short-term marriages of 4 and 5 years who are paying 25 years worth of alimony.
What I don't get is alimony. I just don't get it. We're not together anymore.
Yeah, because they don't want to do that because they know they picking dudes that allow them to be right the whole duration of the extortion. You know what I mean? They're picking dudes, irresponsible men that the government have programmed them to picking through these stars. You see, if you notice, look at all of these stars, right? Look at all of these stars. Look at Rihanna, look at Cardi, look at Nicki, right? Look at their top influencers over our youngins, right? Look at them. Now, look at they man, bro. Look at they man, bro. Is that a respectable black man? Is that what you don't see? This why it make no sense to beat up on Pookie, because Pookie don't even, the government has hooked and programmed these women to liking that Pookie energy, but all of them.
More. Know how we were before we were together and you didn't have any money, and then you met me and now I have money, and then you got used to having money? Well, you're gonna have to get used to not having money, because now you don't have any money, because now we're not together anymore.
I didn't know about lifetime support until I started going through the divorce process.
It gives you a reason to stay with the couple and keep building and keep building. How the hell you want me to sign an agreement where you get paid to break it, the opposite party get paid to break it? Like, man, now whoever is the opposite party, but you need my signature, and then you get paid for breaking the contract. I don't get paid for you breaking the contract. No. But you need me to start the guys. Like, you can't be that much. How much in love are you? Like, how bro? Snap, bro.
Got a big old booty, and everybody says she's a fine booty. The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy. Put there by God, that's the garbage can. So how you get so messed up with this white boy? You think the bigger the booty, the finer it is. That's like going to Kmart. You see a big old garbage can, that's the filth. And now we can convince her she wants switching that big old booty and all of that. It ain't nothing but doo-doo in there.
Ain't nothing but doo-doo. Put that by God, y'all. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing, yo.
Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy. Now, she at the bus stop. And this is what y'all men are chasing. She is at the bus stop. This is crazy, dog. Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy.
And that's why they get divorced. They get divorced because they want that attention, the lack of attention, because it's work. Marriages and relationships, fuck marriage. Marriage is a fancy word that they give the relationship. The relationship is work. In fact, a lot of them get married thinking that's going to fix a messed up relationship. They should have been got rid of the relationship, because babies and marriages don't fix messed up situations. It compounds them and make them worse, y'all.
Process in looking up laws. But yes, lifetime support is real. It's scary. In extreme cases, they can get half of everything you make for the rest of their life. And this is a sentence I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Yesterday, a court ordered Kelly Clarkson to pay her ex $200,000 a month in support. That's because her income's $1.5 million a year, while his is only $200,000. The $200,000, and only $50,000 is child support. The majority of it, $150,000, is alimony. Tip of the day: if you're a high income earner, alimony is usually a lot more than child support, and you can waive it in a prenup.
That's right. Women can pay alimony too. It's super rare, but even if a guy is eligible to receive alimony, judges are reluctant to award them alimony just for the simple fact that they are a man.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And I go back to what the lawyer said, how they really biased. They pretend to be equal, but they really biased.
Why don't men get alimony? Because it's my personal belief that the laws are neutral. They're gender neutral. But men do not get treated fairly when it comes to alimony in the court system. Judges are biased against them. They are. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. In the last 40 years, I have had 4 cases that I remember of men getting alimony that I had to twist their arms in order to get alimony for them.
You are asking me why Kelly Clarkson has to pay alimony even though her ex cheated. What does that have to do with alimony? If you support your spouse during the marriage, you have to support them after the marriage. That's the law. Also, judges don't care who cheated or who's right or wrong. That's not their job. If you don't want to get stuck paying alimony, do one of three things. 1, marry someone who's not only self-supporting but earns about the same as you. 2, get a prenup before you get married, waiving alimony if you divorce. And 3, don't get married and don't live together because of palimony.
No alimony for my cheating ex. Unfortunately, in Florida, because it's a no-fault divorce state, whether or not your ex cheated does not determine whether or not you may be paying alimony. If you do not have a prenup and you are married for the requisite period of time, you may in fact be paying alimony to your cheating ex.
Yeah, man.
What if I told you? Salute to my guy Kevin Federline, me. My guy Kevin, boy. He kicked that thing off. He kicked that thing off, yo.
Exact effect. And so she can literally cheat on you and then collect alimony. I don't think men know this. I actually know a guy whose wife cheated on him 15 years into the marriage, took half his pension, and he had to pay her alimony and child support. So don't think that there is any moral obligation for judges to award less money because a person cheated. Cheating eliminates alimony in Georgia. It may be another state, but Georgia is for sure. So if you in Georgia and your spouse cheat, make sure you record it, get some proof so you don't have to pay alimony.
This comment right here illustrates why I'm always encouraging people to get a prenup, because the answer is yes. If your spouse who you love willingly leaves you and wants out of the marriage, that has nothing to do with alimony. You may very well still pay them alimony while they're off with their new significant other doing whatever they want to do, and you are paying for them to go to lunch. So definitely get a prenup.
Yes, she can literally wake up one day and say, I'm done, cash you out, and there is nothing you could do about it.
Women feel that they're entitled to alimony and men feel that they're not. In the last 40 years, I have had 4 cases that I remember of men getting alimony that I had to twist their arms and beat them up in order to get alimony for them. Should men seek alimony? More of them should. Why don't men get alimony?
Because men ain't on it like that. Men wasn't thinking from the beginning that this is a deal that I'm making with the devil. Men thinking, yo, this is a holy, you know, men in the simp, men got the simp goggles on. They thinking I'm doing something right. Cause my mama got married and my daddy got married, and you know what I mean. So men going in there with the love goggles on. Whole time sis got she got the whole plan in the back of her mind. Why y'all think grave divorces is on the rise? Because they done completed the mission at the great age of 50. They toughed it out. They got together at 30, and then at 50, all of a sudden, oh, I just don't. He don't treat me like he used to. Like, man, because you didn't grow, and he grown now. He grew. You ain't grow, because that's another thing that they be doing. When I be in these relationships, one-on-ones and shit with these couples and shit, man, that's the first thing the chicks try to tell you. That's the first thing she run out of her mouth. Oh, because he not the same. It's not, ma'am, nobody's supposed to stay the same. You supposed to change. And people supposed to change. People change. You see, it's your perception of change. You don't see change as growth. And people supposed to grow, ma'am, in these relationships. Yeah, you don't get into a relationship and then just allow your flower to just die off, ma'am. You got to grow. And that's why y'all number one thing is, he not the same. He don't treat me the same. Man, if you grow, you will grow into the new treatment. You will grow into the new treatment. Or you will grow past that treatment and you would have been new to get rid of him. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Because it's my personal belief that the laws are neutral. They're gender neutral. But men do not get treated fairly when it comes to alimony in the court system. Judges are biased against them. They are. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth.
I think family court is biased against men. In my experience of handling these cases all over New York State for plus 20 years, what I've seen is they don't usually get a break with child support. When it comes to custody and visitation, if they want to prove they're the best dad in the world, they need to really prove it. And with spousal support, a lot of times, if the wife is
Always gotta fight. It take two to make a baby, but we always fighting for what take two to make, right? It's just weird, like the things they say.
The moneyed spouse making a boatload more money, the judges will tell you, I don't care, I'm not giving him spousal support. Yet if the roles were reversed, it would be exactly the opposite. Just not fair. There's nothing in the law to say that anything is gender specific. It should be an equal playing field. It's getting better. It's better than it used to be 20 years ago, but it's still biased.
No matter how much I tried to prove I couldn't afford $865 a week, it didn't matter. The judge will say, do you have the money? And you say no, and they cuff you and shackle you and take you right up to jail.
That's a fact. Chick told me, you gotta get another job, sir. I said, no, I don't. I don't got time to find another job. You gonna take this and you gonna leave me alone because you can't pull me under the poverty guideline. She said, well, you better get another job, sir. And they cut me right close. Like, you know, there's a guideline to where nobody can garnish and leave you under the poverty guideline. It don't matter what you owe. They'll take up until that whatever it is, how depending on how much you make. And boy, did they. Did they.
Also, alimony is treated like child support in the way that you can definitely go to jail for not paying your alimony. You can lose your license. You can lose your passport. Shout out to the passport bros. You don't pay your alimony, they can take away your passport.
How do you go through the courts being threatened to be put in jail? You've not committed a crime. You've only had a failed marriage.
The only one who's actually coming out a winner with the way alimony works these days, tax-wise, is the federal government. Alimony used to be a write-off for the payor and used to be taxable income to the payee. But let's take the example. If I make $150,000 a year and $25,000 of that is alimony, if it's taxable to me in the $150,000 a year tax bracket, what does the government get? If it's taxable to the payee at the $25,000 a year tax bracket, what do they get? Bottom line is, higher tax bracket, government gets more tax money. That's why they win. That's why it only benefits them, doesn't benefit the people it's supposed to, and it's not really fair. You want to avoid paying maintenance? If you're in a marriage where there's a stay-at-home parent and then the kids end up going to school, tell them they got to go back to work. You got to really encourage them. They got to get back out into the workforce, because the reality is, the longer you're married and the longer they're making little or no income and your income continues to go up, your obligation, your vulnerability for long-term, high number spousal maintenance gets worse and worse and worse.
Now, do not ever think because your ex-wife or ex-spouse was never a stay-at-home wife that she cannot collect alimony. If she meets the criteria and they deem that you have the income to pay her monthly, you'll be just like me paying alimony. Also, never make her a housewife. I don't care how much money you making. Always make sure she works. Always make.
You heard her. You heard the lady, right? You heard her. She said the number one worst, the worst is the housewife, guys. And that's because nobody taught them how to be a housewife. So that's the position that is really, let's pretend nobody really taught them. So unless you trust this woman and you trust that she gonna grow into really being a good housewife, you're giving an opportunity to a chick to be lazy. You know what I mean? You're giving an opportunity for a chick to be lazy. And that just goes to show how much you worship that female. You worship that female, because a dude that a chick worship could get her to do anything. You know what I mean? The dude that worships the chick, he got to do weird stuff like that. Like allow her to you know what I mean? Bree, are you going to jump on? Because you could explain it from a housewife perspective, from a real housewife's perspective. But you know, we got them chameleons. We got those 80% of women that are trying to hide this bad behavior behind the good sisters with sense. You know what I mean? But still, you got to have the truth. You got to be able to trust your female. And still, real men ain't with it. You got the work. You got the work. You got the work. Hold on, let me drop the link for LaFay.
just like me paying alimony. Also, never make her a housewife. I don't care how much money you make in. Always make sure she works. Always make sure she contributes. That way, in the event it ends in divorce, it's not like she can say, hey, I gave up my career and stayed home for the last 20 years and I need this guy to support me or at least 15 or something. No housewives. Now look, I'm not trying to scare people out of getting married. I just want people to be aware of the laws that they agree to once they say I do. But most,
especially when you playing the devil's game, like I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? I got everything you married couples got except the devil on my back. You know what I mean? Man, ain't nothing a married by state couple can do that me and Mrs. Goodbread can't. And keep all that tax shit and all that bullshit, because when you get a divorce, sir, she's getting all that, sir. She gets that. So you get nothing, sir. You get nothing. There is nothing. Nothing. A married by state. I don't care what state you from, too. It's nothing a married by state couple got that me and Mrs. Goodbread, being married under the eyes of God, don't have. It's nothing. And the results show. The results show. The results. Because that's what you watch. That's what you watch. When people say, oh, because God blessed me with this and God blessed me with that, the shit that they saying that he blessed them with is supposed to be blessed, right? Right? Am I bugging? Yo, you should get married in the eyes of God. That's the greatest thing I ever did, yo. That's the realest joint I ever did, yo. I promoted. Hashtag that. Marriage in the eyes of God. You know what I mean? I wrote. If something happened to me, the kids get this. You hold this down, because that's what it is about. Once you lock in, you lock in. You know the person good enough to be able to lock in. See, y'all want to lock in into these relationships and don't even know the people you're locking in with. You just want to get straight to the theme. You want to get straight to changing your title when you get in these relationships. You go from modern woman to mother, and then mother ain't good enough. Then you want to be wife, and then after he make you all these things, you turn around and throw him in the garbage because you really didn't earn it. You really didn't earn it. Y'all picking the worst of the worst dudes out here. Oh, we got my sister in the building. Sister with sense. What's good, LaFay? We missed you over here, too. We haven't had you over here in a while.
Hey, yeah, it's been a while. I've been very, very busy taking care of this family. I think the first thing I did want to mention is about the housewives, because this comes up pretty often on your channel, and I actually don't disagree with all of it. But I guess, long story short, I wasn't raised to be a housewife, but I saw good examples of it. So I think that helped. And two, it was always in my spirit to want to take care of my family over going to school. Now, honestly, I was, forced and rushed into school. I believe, I don't even think I signed the paperwork to go to college. Like, my mom already had it signed and dotted when I was like 17. So I don't even know if I legally signed anything, but got my degree and then realized, that's not what I want to do for my life. So the second I got with my husband, I'm like, I want to be, here. I want to be home. I want to be available for him. And actually did that for 2 years before we had our child. So if you're vetting your woman, that's one thing. But the other thing is to see how she is before you give her additional responsibilities. I think that's what my husband did. And I don't even want to be stereotypical, but you should be able to look at her family and look at her demeanor and see if she is going to be a good housewife. Because the thing about the school age, yes, if your children are in school, that's one thing. But I have a husband that works a very strenuous job, so he still needs that support. He comes home, he can barely get his shoes off, when a man is working that hard, he comes home still covered in sweat. So if you're able to be that support system, literally take off the shoes, have the meal ready, it's a benefit to him and you, because you have the time, and two, you're really making a man's life better. So when it comes to kids, though, I want to homeschool. So that'd be a different thing. I'm always going to be needed at home in some aspect, even when they're older, just for that moral support that I didn't get growing up. I was always trying to go to my friends, and I'm like, they're just as dumb as me. Like, I need to actually talk to someone with some experience. And I think that was my issue mostly in middle school and high school. Like, I'm not talking to my parents about, these problems, I'm going to my friends. But I think I'll be that benefit for our kids and even the other kids in our neighborhood. I'm actually at a park right now. I'm going to volunteer for a back to school event. They're giving free school supplies and backpacks, and this is the same coalition that helped me during my pregnancy to get like a free doula and a free, mommy milk boxes so I could breastfeed, because I'm really big on that. So yeah, I'm here volunteering, and that's a benefit to my daughter because she's actually in the back taking a nap right now while I'm sitting here smashing on this breakfast sandwich. I want her to see that being a benefit to the community also helps your family, because we can go home and I'm going to tell my husband about all these amazing things I did today, and there are other, pregnant moms or new moms here that I'm going to see during this, volunteer program today. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Oh, one more thing. When you said about the paperwork, if I could go back, that's what me and my husband would have done. Just do the paperwork, just, be together, because he is my husband through and through. But the legal paperwork, it's unnecessary, in my opinion. If you're married in front of the people you care about and, in front of whatever your religious background is, that's what matters. But yeah, I can't go back. The paperwork is done, but that's what I think we would have done.
And you know what's crazy about it too? Like
Mhm.
I can listen to you all day because you don't have that noise in you. And remember when I talk about how 80% of women are born, like I really think that mothers, like all a housewife is a mother, a traditional mother. You know what I mean? They modernize everything, but only 20% of women are born to do that and be able to do that. Like whether they are taught it or not, because being born a mother is not created, it's not made. Like you got to be born, like, and you can hear it in your voice, in your tone, in your mannerisms. You just described the Proverbs 31 woman. You out there in the community doing community work. Man, listen, bro. But again, and this is why I tell guys, out of the 20% of good women, 10% of those women are taken.
Right. Yeah, I truly believe that. And also the child support thing, someone had just mentioned using your child for child support. They don't realize that long term, that's also a negative reflection of the mother. For one, if you didn't choose a man that was going to commit to you and marry to you, that's, one problem. But they think running to get child support is actually more of a benefit. You would want a man willing to, support his child without you having to demonstrate it. And honestly, in my life, I don't know anyone who even had that conversation with the man. They were always blindsided a week, 2 weeks after the breakup with the paper in the mail. I've never seen a woman say, hey, look, I'm going to go and try and talk to my child's father before I go and do that. I haven't personally seen it. I'm sure it exists. But if I can think of 10 examples, they all, immediately, a week, 2 weeks after the breakup, or they waited until he got in a new relationship before they filed those paperwork. So long term, I see maybe 2 examples of women who put the man on child support, but it was a negative reflection for the child and for her, because when you put a man on child support, he is able to go to court and say, okay, I want to see my kid on these days, right? Now you can't move. Now you can't make a decision without the court being involved. Now you can't literally take your child to a certain school without making sure it has prior approval. It halts your life in different ways when you want to get that, child support so badly. And the problem is if you do file for anything state, they automatically go back to child support to get that process started, even if you don't even file paperwork, because all those documents you sign before you get that free aid, whether it be food, what is it called, housing assistance, they're going to file that paperwork for you. And most women don't know that. They don't know when you're getting state assistance, it's not quote unquote free. It maybe look free to you, but it's going to cost you in a different way. And also, we've said on this channel, now the state has a third ownership over your child. A third. And actually it's more, because if you guys disagree, their say is final say. Yeah, you can't move here. Your child is not going to that school. It's not going to that daycare. I've seen this so many times where they're frustrated. Like, why did I sign this, child up for this, I don't know, situation anyways? You could have avoided all of that by just talking to your child's father and coming up with an agreement. Honestly, if you guys agree to disagree, get a third party, get a mediator, and pay them yourself. The fact that someone that has never even seen your child has a third, I would say a third 0.5 ownership over your child is crazy. Don't do that to yourself. So I always encourage women, keep your child's father off of child support. You're going to need him, and your child's going to need him more than you think. And he's going to be way more willing to help you out if you don't go behind his back and do something like that.
You know, right now, I know you got to go, but real quick, can you explain to the sisters, to the young ladies, right, that may have a misconception of what it is to be a housewife? Can you just break down how it's a woman that can do their God task and a little bit of the devil task if need be, but she'd rather do her God task more? Because I think these women, these young ladies, think that being a housewife is just sitting in the house and a man provides, but yeah.
I think young women are afraid that you're just being controlled all day. So, and we're always talking about the word submission. Submission is a willingness to listen to someone, not you're forced to. So when it comes to being a housewife, there are sacrifices. I can say that first. Like, it's not easy. It's a different type of life work. So when you think about being a housewife, that's why most women want to be one. Like, if I talk to women, at least 80% say, yeah, at some point, I would love to be a housewife. You know, you kick your feet up, you have all this free time, you know, especially when your kids get to school, if you're taking them to traditional school. It just seems like a life of leisure. And honestly, in a lot of parts, it is. Like, I can choose, I want to, you know, start baking pies one week, and the next week I can do this. And today I'm volunteering, you know, to help other moms and families. It's great. But the first sacrifice you have to make is the selfish one. Like, oh, I only want to take care of myself. Once you have a willingness to want to take care of others, you know, starting with your family, everything else kind of comes into line. And there's plenty of time to relax. There's plenty of time to do your hobbies. But the sacrifice of, you know, looking after your husband first and your children, it's so rewarding. Like, I don't even know why I didn't get married when we first started dating at 22. If I would have started there, I would be so much better in my hobbies, you know, and we would have more children, honestly, because I just started taking vocal lessons. I'm volunteering today, and then we're going to Costco tomorrow to bulk up for a few months. And then, you know, my husband is a musician. We're going to play our instruments and teach our baby, because she's a singer now. She's only 1.5. She's singing with us. So the time you have to actually enjoy your life with your family is so rewarding, being a housewife. And honestly, my husband was happy before, but I feel like he's happier now. I'm always available for him, anything he needs. And that's just a benefit to the entire family.
So you pretty much saying a female that feet never stay at home, she can't be no housewife.
Well, yeah, I guess I did, because the things you're able to do when you're not, you know, when you have to clock in or clock out, there's just certain things I wouldn't be able to do if I was still working. I worked, you know, right before we started trying to get pregnant in 2022, because my job actually shut down because of the Pangea. I don't know what I can say on this channel. But yeah, my job shut down because of that. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do? And my husband was like, okay, you can just stay home, you know. And we've been doing this ever since. And it's been a benefit to our family. Way less stress on the entire household.
Can you answer that one on the screen if you got time?
Oh, yes, I can. Let's see. It's rewarding, yes, but the idea that women don't deserve reciprocity of love is dangerous. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I guess the question is, are you talking about my husband or being a mother? Because there are times where your cup is empty. That's unavoidable, but my cup was very, very empty when I was working, and then had to come home, and then had to do, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about those same things anymore. And who said, I mean, so I think they're trying to say the fact that I, you know, prioritize serving my husband means he's not serving me. He is going to work every single day to make sure I don't have to work, to make sure I'm there for our child the entire time, that I'm there for our community. So I don't see how I'm pouring from an empty cup. My cup, most days, are overflowing. But, you know, trying to potty train this kid, yeah, my cup was a little low last week, you know, but I'm overflowing this week. And I have a lot of energy to give, not only my husband, but now the community. He's taken care of. When I get done with this volunteer thing out in this park, I'm going to go home, take a shower, take a bath, get cute. So when he wakes up before his shift, his lunch is going to be ready. His dinner is going to be ready. When we think about pouring from, you know, a cup, I'm the one that actually has to pour into my husband's cup so much so he can continue to do what he needs to do to provide. So rewarding for me, but it's also rewarding for him because we were both working. You know what? He would unfortunately have to do his own lunch, have all his own clothes ready, make sure he schedules all his appointments on his own because I would not have the capacity. The capacity that I have now that I didn't have before, truly, it's night and day, honestly. So when we are on channels like this, I'm telling you what my experience is, and I'm not saying it's all easy. Yeah, there's sometimes, especially when baby girl was trying to potty train and we had some messes and all this stuff. We still work as a unit, but I follow my husband's lead because he has been doing an excellent job. I don't have to worry about things like that.
That part. That's the part, LaFay. That's
Oh, it
the part
is?
right there. That's the part right there.
Yeah, if there's another question, I'm about to finish this smoothie, so please let me know. I'm going to turn this car back on for half
You
a
know what I mean? It's
second.
that part. Reese was talking to me. She thought she was eating. She thought she was eating, you know what I mean? And they think they got control issues. That's that HPD. They got control issues. So she stop saying females and say women. Females.
You can call me whatever you want, but you can't call me single.
You know how they do. But
No,
man,
I
let's finish
welcome the
this up.
questions. Now, I welcome the questions because I want women who are fearful of this because of the lies they've been told to know that is not true. Now, of course, you have to, have help vetting the man you want because my father vetted my husband. Kind of help because,
That part.
him and my
That part.
siblings were friends. Yeah.
That part. Oh my God, that part.
Yeah, you can't do it on your own. I've said that. Please do not try and find a husband on your own. I don't care how cute he is.
And what's sad is, right, that I be like, yo, there's mad good women out there, and they look at me like I'm weird. And I constantly tell them, bro, heal yourself. When you fix yourself, you for some reason just stumble over all the good women that say the right stuff, that know the right things. You got to fix yourself, fellas. Cause these women is vibrating out here, 80% of them vibrating on some dumbness. And if you stay dumb, you're not even gonna see the good woman. You're not gonna see the good woman when she walk right past you, bro. Man.
Education. I was trying to see what that other word said. But no, housewives, I do believe a lot of them are more modern than I am. I would say I'm as close as traditional as I can, but I don't say fully traditional because I use a bread maker, and I use the air fryer, okay? I think that's how I get less traditional by using modern technology. But yeah, I can still make it by hand. It's just that way is easier.
Do you think you make better cookies or you make better cupcakes? Are you a cookie or a cupcake girl?
I want to say like muffin. I don't say muffins because I can make a protein muffin that keeps him full, throughout the day.
Ooh, you said protein, so you do the organic. You educate yourself and you feed the family more along the lines of the organic stuff, right?
Yes, we're a vegan household, but we're high protein. This is great to hear. We need more women like Fran. Oh, that's so sweet. But I think the education in this is you need to talk to people. You need to stay off of social media where they're fear-mongering you. And of course, we hear about the divorce rate and stuff, which is important for a man that's getting ready to want to commit to a woman. But you also have to look at her family. And again, I'm not saying you are your family, but they have to know who raised you. You know how they always say, who hurt you? I'm like, who raised you? Why are you like this? I need to know,
That's what Reese got me feeling, because you see, this is too much love right here. This is too much loving, and this is too much cooperation, and this communicating. Like it's a man and it's a woman, and they're communicating, and ain't no negativity, and that's why it's hilarious to him, because she live in chaos, so she don't get the chaos. But she been here for about, if I scroll up to the first comment she put in my chat, she been here for about 20 to 30 minutes being a dummy. And now, since she want my attention, and it's Beef with Good Bread Friday, you know what I mean? You got my attention now, man. Because I think I saw you before. I think you one of them ones with the no neck. And if I pinch your neck up like this, I know for a fact you got that black ring around your collar with the little mold right in the middle of that.
Not the mole.
Yeah. You know how they have the mole. They got the black. It's a black ring around their neck when you go like this, because they walk around here like this all day. Don't get no ventilation in that area of their body. They walk around here like this all day, big back. And if I put it like a slinky, if I do a slinky, it'll be a big black ring around her neck with a mole just right there on her neck. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Put that by God, I guarantee y'all, yo. You can put that by God, yo.
Got a big old booty, and everybody says she's a fine booty. The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy. Put there by God, that's the garbage can. So how you get so messed up with this white boy? You think the bigger the booty, the finer it is. That's like going to Kmart. You see a big old garbage can, that's the filth. And now we can convince her she won't switching that big old booty and all of that. It ain't nothing but doo-doo in there.
That clip always gets me. Oh my gosh.
What were we talking about though?
Oh, I was just finishing up my last thought. I was like, I really hope women who do want to be a housewife, you value your health, because I've always been pretty transparent. Like, I recently lost 55 pounds. I feel like a different person. The energy is there. I'm able to run and chase this little toddler without, catching my breath too much. Because now I truly feel for the people who are plus size, because starting at that weight, you're carrying all that weight around. And again, I make no excuses. I overate while pregnant. Well, not pregnant necessarily, while breastfeeding, because I was actually my pre-pregnancy weight pretty much the day I had her. But for some reason, the doctor's like, you need to eat more to produce more milk. And boom, 50, 60 plus pounds came on. So yeah, take care of your health, because it helped me mentally too. I was just feeling sad and depressed. And I'm like, is it me or something else is up? Dropping 50 pounds, I again, mentally, physically, I feel like a different person. So it may not be full depression. It may not be you're going through something. Literally, that weight and your inactivity can affect your mental so much. And if you're a single woman, the best thing you can do is get to a healthy weight, not the weight your friends tell you, the one that your doctor tells you is healthy for you. And, actually, the last part of that for men and women, you need to get your measurements, your legs, your arms, your torso, because I have a twin sibling that is 6 feet 2 inches. And at some point, my legs grew pretty much to that of a tall person, but the rest of me stopped. So now knowing that, for some reason, the weight I am now, I look like a person that's probably about 20, 30 pounds less. And that's because my limbs are long. But that's my only excuse for being, the weight I am. Everything else, I still need to stay in the gym. I still need to stay fit. And of course, my husband, he loves me at all shapes and sizes, but this size is a lot more fun, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
I have a lot more energy, and that's, the most feminine way I can say it. So he's noticed the difference, and he loves it,
And not for nothing, it affect you better the way you treat people, the way you can care and nurture and really pour in the love to your kid. You're not gonna be able to pour in love to your kid if you run around here really hating self. If you got any ounce of self-hatred in you, you're gonna put that in your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she never stops moving unless she sleeps. So most women also don't realize you could be a better mother if you were fit. You have more energy for your kids. Your sleep will be better, because my sleep was horrible when I was 50 pounds heavier, and I didn't realize that. It was a struggle to get to sleep and stay asleep. And for some reason, as soon as all of those things change, all of a sudden I'm sleeping better, more energy. My husband, he was like, I loved you before, but you are the best version of yourself. I'm fitting clothes I didn't fit into before we were married. Like, it's getting to that point where I'm like, not only am I better, I'm wiser, and, I'm a mom now. So everything is different.
It's called the transfer of power. A lot of the bald head roaches, right? They run with this. For real, a lot of the bald head roaches, they run with this saying, if he don't love me at my worst, he don't deserve me at my best, all while never trying to get at their best. You and your husband display a natural transfer of power where you feel like you owe him because he accepted you at your worst. You know what I mean? And now you pouring into you to be your best. You doing it's a transfer of power, but you can't have a father. You can't lack a father. You know what I mean? You
Actually,
cannot lack a father for that long, for like 20 years, and then think you're gonna go to sleep, wake up, watch a Mr.Goodbread video, and then be able to shake it. Like, y'all gonna have to pour into yourself, ladies. Pour into. Please go see about your HPD. HPD. Go see about it, lady.
What is that? HPD.
HPD. Hold on, let me read it out for y'all. It's histrionic personality disorder, and they
Oh.
all suffer from that shit. I tell you, they all
Mm.
suffer from it.
Oh, wow.
Histrionic personality disorder, HPD, is a chronic mental health condition that causes people to have a consistent pattern of seeking attention and having exaggerated emotional displays. People with HPD may also have a distorted self image and unstable emotions. They may behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention. They
Oh,
may
wow.
jump in my chat, put some dumb, stupid shit in my chat for attention. But yeah, that's it. HPD. Go get that shit fixed, ladies.
I learn something every time I come to class. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what we do here. We ain't here for no book. We ain't here just playing, just yelling and screaming. And we trying to teach the folks. And this is in a lot of us, but it's more susceptible in women, and it's more dangerous in women. Because again, men, we can destroy individuals one at a time, too, individuals. But women
Mm-hmm.
destroy generations.
Ooh. We're the teachers of the culture. Goodness gracious. I can't disagree. I just don't want to say it out loud, you know?
Amen. 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 Where that money ball at? One time.
Hate now, goddammit. Don't start hating now. You wasn't hating when the motherfucker was living, goddammit. Now the motherfucker dead. Fuck the son of a bitch. Fuck him, goddammit, and fuck anybody with his head. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want look. All you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Now you standing up in here and goddamn talking about preach it, preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Where that money bowl at? Don't have me to fire this bitch off now. Where that money bowl at?
Where that money bowl at? So LaFay, so I'm going to wrap this show on up. I'm already over my time limit, but I don't even know if you do you even know about this? Did you hear anything about it's officially over? Tina Knowles ordered to pay Richard Lawson $300K in divorce settlement.
Woo, buddy. I did not know about that. That's really sad. How old is she?
This lady right here. How old is? Can y'all? Anybody that know? I don't want to say her age because you know, women they operate in secrecy all the damn time. They can't tell you. Ask, well, how old are you? Oh, it's not good to ask the women their age. It's like, what the hell? Why we gotta play? Let's pretend with y'all all the time. Like,
I am 33 and proud. I have been married for over 6 years. We just hit our anniversary, 4 weeks ago? Yeah, I'll tell my age all day because most women think I'm younger than what I am. I don't stress. I think that's why I stay looking young. But I'm sad to hear that. Like, you know, at some point, yes, leave when it's harmful, but you know, you guys are older. No one was harming nobody, hopefully. Just make it work, you know? Go to couples counseling, see your pastor. You know, these divorces are almost silly at this point. It's like, is it just to fit in with the crowd? Is it just because, you know, you want to stay relevant somehow? I don't know. But, you know, I just hope everybody's making the best decisions for themselves and their families in mind. But yeah, I don't really follow pop culture that much unless my husband thinks it's going to affect our family in some way, like politically. I don't really follow it. I just follow whatever he thinks we should do in the household. And tomorrow, luckily, it's something I want to do, which is Costco, because, you know, the prices are going to rise in a few weeks. And it's like, if we can bulk up now, we'll be good for a while. So we're pretty much bulking up into the winter, which I'm very excited about. Very pricey, but it's going to be worth it.
Wow, bro. Incredible. You see the things that's on your goals list. You ain't got, oh, I gotta meet up with Keisha. I gotta go do this and all that. Everything is revolving around the family. Even your fun time revolves around the family, yo. Man, yo, man. Ballhead Roaches, I hope y'all listening. I hope y'all picking the game up as fast as she dropping it down, yo. I hope y'all is. Yeah, I'm the op. I know I'm the op. But hold on. My homegirl Sav said something that was, man, I was thinking the same thing at the same time. No, Sav said, where the hell that shit at? I'm so $300,000. That ain't shit to Beyonce and her mother. What? That is like they got rid of him. That's some LaFay. You know this area more than I do. Beyonce is worth. Put how much Beyonce worth in the chat, bro.
I don't know, but I know it's a pretty penny. But 300. I mean, you say it's nothing. If they handed me, I'll take it. That going to the fund.
To us, it's a lot. But like, Dr. Dre, the man. Now when it's the man rewarding the woman something, you see how it's just drastically a bigger number. Like, this man should be rewarded $1 million. He should have $1 million, 1.2. Now if it was 1.2, I'd have been like, yeah, whoa, yeah, that's a victory, yeah, bro.
Yeah, the lawyer's gonna get a third of that, so that's gonna be even less.
Right, $300,000. So that was his cost of living. It cost him $300,000. You living with Beyonce millionaire ass moms, and you gonna tell me your cost? It was $300, $300,000. Nah, bro, nah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 500K and up. I'm looking at 500K and upwards. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. What y'all think? Look at that. $800 million. 300K.
Oh, wow. That's the thing. Like, because I think finances does matter in this, but I believe she makes more than him, so that amount is not what a woman would get if the roles were reversed.
Now, if the roles was reversed, how much you think they'd give the mother?
Half of that? This is net worth, so it could be more,
She get $400 million. That's what the stories are. That's what the news reporters say. Beyonce knows divorces for 400. Tina Knowles divorces for $400 million.
Yeah, that amount is crazy.
Man.
Whoops, my key broken here.
Man, yo. But LaFay, it's been real. Always appreciate when you come on. It adds more authenticity to the channel, because they swear I'm a bear. They swear I hate women. You know what I mean? And to the sisters that think I hate black women.
Yeah, I never got that.
My results prove that is a lie. Now we got to see what is in you that got you hating to hear the truth. You know what I mean? You know my results. Y'all do research very well. I know how y'all sisters be. Y'all, when y'all want to know something, y'all is very good at going through a nigga social media pages, going 3-5 years ago. Y'all will go all the way back. Y'all will sit there and go all the way back. So, you know what I mean? You should see that it's nothing but accomplishments and love and family on my end. And it's black. So, you know what I mean? Stop it. Knock it off. Get rid of that HPD. And I mean, come on and get some of this truth and this work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But thank you, LaFay. Thank you, LaFay. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
my
thank you for
sisters with
having
sense.
me.
It's like a breath of fresh air though, because my sisters with sense. I know they get tired of me, bro. That's why I throw the jokes in there every now. I mix in the jokes to get them laughing, because I know, because it's getting harder and harder to defend a black woman right now. It's harder and harder to defend a black woman. So it's like, you be a fool to get up here and really try to say some good shit about a sister in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, some crazy shit. Because we in a democracy. You can't help it, people. We all get lumped in as black folks, as individuals, as human beings, as poor people. Like, well, I don't know why y'all get out of that. Like, first of all, the color shit don't matter if you don't escape the poor group. Because us poor group, the poor group, you know what I mean? That's a whole nother group. You don't get to argue about race, color, or creed if you don't escape the poor group. You know what I mean? Because they treat the poor folks, no matter what color they is, they treat them a certain way. So that's the goal, guys. That is the goal. You know what I mean? Get up out of poor. You know what I mean? Stop trying to do each other in. Stop trying to crab in the barrel and pull each other down. Be more upfront. You know what I mean? These marriages is not going to save a bad relationship. It's not, guys. You know what I mean? All right, LaFay, you can wrap it on up and we out of here. 5,000.
All right, to wrap it up, ladies, again, I'm a hypocrite because I did get married, through the paperwork. If you can avoid it, completely avoid it, it's actually probably going to change mentally the way that man feels about you, because he has to commit to you still in front of the people you care about. You're still going to have your ring. You're still going to get your last name. But the commitment and the way he's going to provide for you without having that extra stress and burden just in the very back of his mind is very helpful. But another way, you want to be the peace for that man. That man is going to work his face off for you. Why wouldn't you? And honestly, if you are prepared to be a wife, everything falls into line. You act like a wife before you're one. You become a wife, and then you just continue doing what you do in your day-to-day life, which is, taking care of yourself, catering to the person who commits to you, and you do not give access to a person that is not committing to you. I've told this to another young lady. Yeah, you don't want to do that. If he gives you that formal commitment and he wants to be with you, you will know. There will be no question. And right before you get to that point where, like, oh yeah, I really like him, I'm feeling him, have another man intervene, for goodness sakes. Like, do you have brothers? Do you have an uncle, your dad, hopefully, grandfather, somebody else to vet that man out? And I promise you, your likelihood of success is going to be just so much higher if you try to do it all on your own. Because my husband's very attractive. I wanted to make sure, just really wanted to make sure I wasn't just looking at the outward, but I definitely receive that help and realize, okay, inward, he is a man who is going to work his face off to make sure I'm provided for. And he's getting that reciprocity, or whatever the other person said. So we're giving that to each other. So I wanted to bring that word back. But at the end of the day, ladies, you got to be a wife first. Heal yourself, become a wife, and then it starts to fall into line. But you still have to put in that work. I don't want to say you become a wife and you start acting like one, he'll just show up on your doorstep. No, times are different. You're gonna have to go out there. You're gonna have to ask people. You're gonna have to ask your grandparents. Okay, who's single out here? Who's ready for a wife? Who's ready for kids? And proceed there. But yeah, it's hard regardless. But I'm so happy I grabbed my husband when I did, because he would have been with somebody else, very unhappy. And I know, because it wouldn't have been me. But best of luck, everybody.
I like that. I love that. That was some slick shit Mrs. Goodbread would have slipped in there, yo. Yo, salute. That was dope, yo.
Mhm. And I appreciate you, Mr. Goodbread. You got something coming in the mail, so I'll send that out. I think tomorrow I'm sending out everything. So be ready.
No doubt, LaFay, man.
Yeah, my
LaFay,
skincare line
man.
is doing great, so I want to make sure you guys get some products that I have shipping out tomorrow.
Oh man, so you got to get a commercial or something going so that I can run some ads and promote your stuff. Yeah.
Really? I was just on the local news talking about my business, so I'll send you that direct link. So I just had a full interview talking about my skincare line, how it was named after my mom, and everything. So yeah, I'll send it to you.
Man, Yo, see, because I'm glad, thank God for you, because, man, I needed this. Because I be having we see the worst of the worst. But whenever I could show a good woman, a real sis, I'm honored, And man, so sisters with sense, I appreciate y'all. All my sisters with sense, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the shit out of y'all. All right, y'all, we gonna get out of here, but we gonna play that video. Salute zone for the cash app, because that was a reminder. That was a reminder. Because our dad was about to get out of here. I was just been there about to slide out of here, but we gonna end on the video, guys. I see y'all later. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life, guys. Work on yourself. Pour into yourself. Love you. You got it. You got it. Don't be having me say I love y'all and you don't even love yourself. I love those who love themselves, man. Fuck all that. Let me get that back. Let me get that I love you back. Let me get that back. I love those of my good breads that love themselves. All right, guys. On the way out, put your Friday's accomplishments in the chat, bro. I'll be in the chat with y'all, talking with y'all on the way out.
Collect alimony. If she meets the criteria and they deem that you have the income to pay her monthly, you'll be just like me paying alimony. Also, never make her a housewife. I don't care how much money you make in. Always make sure she works. Always make sure she contributes. That way, in the event it ends in divorce, it's not like she can say, hey, I gave up my career and stayed home for the last 20 years and I need this guy to support me for at least 15 or something. No housewives. Now, look, I'm not trying to scare people out of getting married. I just want people to be aware of the laws that they agree to once they say I do. But most importantly, look at marriage as a business. Change the way you look at it. Remove love from it. Remove religion. Look at it as you going into business for life with this person. And should that business go awry, the person who's not making the most money will benefit from not having a prenup. So if you're going to get married, definitely get a prenup, because the state does not care if y'all don't love each other anymore. All they there to do is divide assets, in some cases, apply alimony if they can, because, Title IV. But this video just covers the tip of the iceberg with alimony. If you want another more in-depth video, let me know in the comment section. And if you're going through a divorce or you paying alimony, you got some experience with this, let me know. Reach out to me at henryresilient@gmail.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
I don't men get alimony because it's my personal belief that the laws are neutral. They're gender neutral. But men do not get treated fairly when it comes to alimony in the court system. Judges are biased against them. They are. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. In the last 40 years, I have had 4 cases that I remember of men getting alimony that I had to twist their arms in order to get alimony for them.
My last videos have sparked some interesting discussion about different types of marriage dynamics and what works and what doesn't. And so one of the more common ones that was asked about was a situation where a woman earns more money than the man and what that situation looks like. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why I think that marriages where women earn more than men, or where men don't work. Number 1 is, as I mentioned in my last video, men need to feel valued. And I think that when women earn more than men, it has a tendency to emasculate men. I think that they are ingrained within the society to think, I have to earn, I have to provide, right? Men are hunters and gatherers and they're supposed to provide. And I think that it kind of upsets the natural balance for the woman to be carrying that weight, because, sorry to say this, but a lot of women who work also carry a lot of weight in the home. So I think that adds to it. So even regardless of whether or not you have kids, I think a woman carrying more of the financial weight not only tends to emasculate the man, but also can cause more resentment to build in a woman that would build in a man in the reverse situation, where the man is the higher income earner. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that the men in these situations that are married to high-powered women, a lot of times, in the ones that I've seen fail, the men tend to be very, for lack of a better word, not motivated. They tend to be, they might be educated, but they don't tend to work very hard. They don't really seem to have a passion for anything. They tend to be lazy, and they tend to kind of rely on the woman to run the household. I mean, she does the bills, she does the finances, she takes care of the kids if there are any.
More proof that women don't respect
the CEO of the household.
men
They just
who they
don't seem to
out-earn.
really contribute much. It's the opposite of a traditional stay-at-home mom dynamic where the mom is running the household and the husband is working every day and paying for the expenses. The woman in that situation tends to do it all. And so I just think that over time it just weighs on her and she's just like, I'm out of here. Or the man will cheat, as in my last video. And then finally, what's really interesting about these divorces is they tend to be the cheapest. Women who are the breadwinners, they're protecting their money. I mean, men do too, but not like the women do. And they tend to really push their husbands behind the scenes to settle. They tend to have to pay the entire bill and they don't want to pay that bill. So they keep the process really streamlined and quiet. So.
At the beginning of this, we said we was going to get a whole truth and nothing but the truth.
That's how we like it.
Get this mic to one of these people that said they married. Whoever want the mic. Is your husband the man that you settle for, or is he the man of your dreams?
Settle.
I already know.
Damn. I love you.
Whoa.
I love you.
Hold up. Right? And so what happens is, like, the dude that she wants, the one that gives her the spinner on his tongue and all of that.
Didn't choose the streets, the ones that we consider to be squares. Like, I always try to make sure I tell them how proud of them I am, because they the strong ones, they the tough guys, they the ones who didn't break. Most of us broke early in life, man. We fell to the pressure, we fell to the temptation, and they came outside the same hood and walked past the same temptation, all the shit that's going on, the peer pressure, and they stayed focused. They ain't let that shit break them. All the girls calling them lames, not wanting to give them no pussy because they considered to be a square and corny and all that shit, and they still stayed on course. They didn't break. Then you got us that going in and out of jail, and we come home and motherfuckers praise us like we did something so good. Like, oh, what you did? Oh, because you ain't tell. Like, oh, yeah, because you was so ignorant. You was ignorant on a high level. We rewarding you, huh? They go some clothes and some money in your pocket. Welcome home. But homie who just did 4 years in college, we ain't got shit for him. And I'm talking about me. Because it's dudes that went to college, came back and seen me, and I ain't have nothing for them. Yo, what's up, yo? I'm proud of you, bro. But my men who come home from jail, niggas trying to figure out how to scramble up some money to get them some outfits and all this shit, man. Straight ass backwards shit. And the ones who we consider to be the squares is the ones that always show up in the end. Those is the real friends. The square ones is the ones that always come and show up in the end and hold you down. They deserve their flowers. They are the real ones, man.